are talking about something very fascinating. We're talking about time. So many times, women believe that they have a problem with time, that you're either not a good manager of it, or no matter how well you manage it, that there's just not enough time. And I'm here to say that that feeling of falling behind is not a management problem. It's not a planning problem. It is actually a spiritual misunderstanding of how time works. So, today, we're not just talking about time as in time management, we are literally talking about changing your entire relationship with time. We're talking about up leveling it. And as always, do not try to remember everything I say because sometimes I talk very fast and I say a lot of things, and it can be overwhelming. We will get the most, less is more. So just listen for your aha moment. When it hits, then just type the word aha in the comments and share the thought, either something that I said or something that it sparked in your own mind. That will help you get more out of the whole video, and it'll also benefit others. So I cannot wait to read your aha moments, whether you're catching this live or you're catching a replay. So if you're watching the live, give me a live, tell me where you're from. And if you're getting the replay, then give me a hashtag replay. So, but today on this video, we're going to be going deep, y'all. We're going to be talking about number one, the two different types of time from the Bible and from how the ancient Greeks understood time. And then, secondly, we're going to be talking about why feeling behind is often a sign of being stuck in what I like to think of as the wrong time zone, the wrong type of time. Three, we're going to talk about a simple shift to help you up level your time and your peace. I'm going to share with you a powerful metaphor that I received recently when I was meditating with God. And the whole totality of this is that I'm going to show you how to escape the time trap and engage in what I like to call actual time travel. Okay? So that's how I think about these two different types of time. So let's dive in. Number one, let's talk about the two different types of time. In the Bible, it talks about two different types of time. They use two different Greek words. It's called Chronos and Kairos. Chronos, Chronos, and Kairos, Kairos. If I am pronouncing those wrong, then I apologize. I only took 2 semesters of ancient Greek. But Chronos is where we get the words chronological, things like that. And it is very much referring to clock time. When we think about time, we're thinking about linear, the measured, the scheduled time. Chronos time, we manage it with our calendars, with our checklist, with our deadlines. Chronos time is the time that you want your airline flights to adhere to very, very tightly. But Chronos time is what literally does create the perception of we are being behind, especially if we schedule too tightly. We do not leave margin in our calendars and in our days. And so it is not that time itself is necessarily wasted. It is that the idea of chronos, chronological, linear time, creates the sensation, the feeling that our time was wasted. I went to the store, I gave it 15 minutes, it took 30. She wasted my time. That is the trap. That is the time trap that Chronos time creates. So, Chronos is where the productivity addiction is born, and it's also where burnout is growing. So if you feel like you have to prove your worth by how productive you are, or if you feel like you are burnt out, those are two strong signals that you are trapped in Chronos time. Now let's talk about Kairos. meaningful time. So when we said we want our airlines, especially when we're going on vacation, to stick tightly to Chronos time, hey, listen, stick to the schedule. But we go on vacation to experience Kairos time. This is when we want time to expand. This is when we are trying to measure time by the meaningful moments instead of the minutes. This is perceptual time, not linear time. This is where our life can flash before our eyes in an instant and time can slow down. It's literally divine timing. In fact, Kairos, another word for Kairos is grace. It's measured in our moments, not in the minutes. And in Kairos time, we think about time as being invested or enjoyed or redeemed. We think about it as being divine timing, as in God's timing, the right time, not just any time. And Kairos time is moments that are full of meaning, not just busy motion. So recently, I was having a meditation time with God. I try to do that a couple times a week, and I try to set aside an hour of open space just to listen to God and just to be silent and to allow Him to speak to me. And in this particular meditation session, I saw the image of a beautiful watch, and my watch was silver. It was very elegant, very expensive, and the silver watch had a blue face on it, and it kept perfect time. It kept perfect Chronos time. But then the face of it started glowing white, and the white glow of the face of that watch showed me that a divine opportunity was nearby, as in, April, let go of your schedule and allow and see the opportunity that I am presenting to you. That is how the time rich woman masters her time. Yes, she honors other people's time by sticking to a schedule and by giving herself abundant time to move from one activity to another. But Kairos, she honors Kairos time by seeing the opportunity and saying, drop the schedule, because there is a divine opportunity here that is way more important than the schedule. The schedule is wonderful. The schedule is beautiful. The schedule is a container that holds our lives and gives our days meaning. But the Kairos moments, we do not want to ignore those. We do not want to rush past those. We want to leave plenty of time in our calendar so that we do not feel like we have to rush by those Kairos moments. So that's what I want to invite for you. Think of an image. Maybe it's a clock, maybe it's your own watch, but imagine an image that for you would illustrate both Chronos time and Kairos time and remind you that sometimes the best use of your time is the sacred pause, the moment when you allow God's divine schedule to interrupt your perfectly appointed day. Okay, so my schedule is not supreme, God's timing is. And this watch is maybe tracking Chronos time, but it's governed by Kairos time. So ever since I've had that image, I've strived to live into it. And honestly, one of the benefits of it is that it makes me more patient. It makes me more anticipatory. Anticipating. I'm not sure if anticipatory is a word. But look, I still love a good plan. I still love having, knowing what's the plan here. But in the plan, I don't stick to it rigidly. I watch for the glow of the face watch to remind me this is actually what it's all about. All right. So, one of the ways that has been so helpful, just as a practical step, is to leave margin in my calendar for the divine, for those moments, for the miraculous to happen. Because sometimes the most important things that we will do in a day won't actually be on our to do list. All right, so let's talk about the difference between clock tyranny versus time freedom. When we live by Chronos time, we will always feel behind. We'll be judging our life by how fast we can move and how much we can get done, versus looking at our life by how deeply and meaningful we live. That is what the time rich woman lives by. She is in sync at all times with something higher. If we what does it matter if we gain the whole world but lose our own soul? The time rich woman is focused on the things that matters most, and she knows that's all that matters. And so from that sense of focusing on what matters most and that's all that matters, you are literally giving yourself permission to slow down and do life well and well rested instead of rushed. So instead of asking what's next, we start asking what's for right now. Now, I told you that Chronos time traps us in time, but Kairos time invites time travel. This is what I mean by that. So we know that technically time travel is not possible yet. I'm just laughing at all the movies I've seen of time travel. But in Kairos time, we actually can have the experience of time travel because we can revisit a past moment. We can go back in time and learn something from it. So anything that I've looked in my past and thought that was a wasted time or that was a wasted season or I don't like how that turned out, I have an opportunity to go back and learn a powerful lesson from that and redeem that time. This is what God does also. He might say, have you looking at your past in a totally different way, and what you thought was ashes, totally terrible, unredeemable. He promises to turn into beauty. Creates beauty from ashes. This is what the Bible says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It's not just using our money to create time freedom, but it's literally looking at what we might consider to have been a time waste and redeeming it and making it a powerful lesson. I cannot tell you, I cannot even begin to express to you the value that in my own self-coaching practice that has come out of me just whenever some kind of regret or sorrow comes up about something, taking the time to journal about it and process it and redeem it by learning a powerful lesson from it. I have done this maybe literally hundreds of times. And every time I do it, the experience of my past time, has been upleveled. And so it's just enhanced the present reality of my life and prepared me greater for the future. That, we do not know what's coming in the future. All we know about the future is that we have the present to prepare for it and the past to learn lessons from. So, but when you do that, you literally are practicing Kairos time. So, do not get so addicted in your Chronos time that you don't ever step into your Kairos time. All right, so If God uses something in your past to bring peace or wisdom into your present, that time has been redeemed. If you look back into your past and learn a powerful lesson from it, that time has been redeemed, which means, drum roll please, time travel is possible in Kairos time. All right, so here's the up level. You do not need, most likely, a new planner. They're beautiful. They're sparkly. They get very exciting. I buy my husband a new yearly calendar to write in every year. It's what he requests for part of his Christmas present, and it's so much fun. He loves that thing. But maybe you don't need a new planner. Maybe what you need is a new perspective, and that new perspective is a higher perspective on your time. So Chronos time tracks time, Kairos time transforms it. And by the way, speaking of transforming your time, I have got a workshop coming up in the very near future. It's called Becoming a Time Rich Woman. And I'm going to share with you the Time Rich Woman process for transforming your time, for making it more valuable, for letting go of the notion that your time is wasted and seeing it as something to be invested and something to be deeply enjoyed and something that is highly, highly valuable. I'm going to show you exactly how to up level your time tenfold. But when you shift your relationship with time, you stop living as a woman trying to catch up and you start living like a woman who's right on time. I remember the movie, what's it called? Princess Diaries. And it had Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway in it. Anne Hathaway is the girl, the common girl who, discovers she's going to be a princess. And Julie Andrews, the fabulous Julie Andrews, is the woman that is training her to up level some of her casual American teenage vibes into what's befitting a princess. And there's this one scene where they are running behind schedule. And so Anne Hathaway starts rushing ahead, and Julie Andrews says, no, no, no. A princess or a queen is never behind. But yes, let's move with haste. Don't live your life feeling like you are behind in it. If you're focused on your Chronos time, then you will feel rushed. You'll feel like that clock that's always ticking. The alligator who swallowed the clock in Peter Pan and chasing Captain Hook, always ticking, always ticking. Your time is up. Your time is almost up. Step into Kairos time, where every moment has a purpose or a powerful perspective. Take the time to know who you are, whose you are, why you're still here. And that becomes the powerful anchor that has you realizing, hey, it doesn't matter how short time feels or how rushed time feels. If I focus on what matters most, that's all that matters. That has a powerful way of adding spacious abundance to our time. So, what if, here's a closing reflection for you. What if your sense of being behind wasn't actually telling you the truth? What if you're not late, but what if you're actually being invited into a higher way of moving through time? I like to think of it as dancing with time. What if you are not time trapped and you're not behind? You are just being called forth into Kairos time. What was your aha moment from this? I hope this has helped you to remember that there are two types of time, one that's going to be having you rushed and one that gives you the power to redeem any moment in your past to be utilized, invested, enjoyed in your present, to be set up a future that makes you smile. And if you are ready to become the time rich woman, then join us in our workshop. The link is in the description. And greatly appreciated that if you'll like, share, subscribe, share this with anybody it might help. Okay. All right. That's all I have for you today. I will talk to you next week.